Hey there, and welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm George, and this is Bit by Bit. First up, Digital Eclipse makes a small misstep, and is a rapper really stealing handheld gaming devices? And a blast from the past sounds off to help enhance your audio. All that, just a little bit more, up next on Bit by Bit. Alright, first up from PCGamer.com, we've got some mixed reviews coming in on Mortal Kombat Legacy Kollection, especially on Steam and all of the other platforms. So let's take a look. Right now, just within a few days of the release, it's got a 55% of its Steam reviews are negative. Input lag is the biggest complaint that we're hearing across the board, and I've read some other articles that say that the PS5 version is the one with the most lag right now, and somebody took some measurements and whatnot. The Steam version seems to be the one with the least amount of lag, but still enough that it's upsetting people. So this is not a good look for Digital Eclipse on such a high-profile game and its collection. This was the one that really should have been the feather in their cap. Now, they're hopefully going to put out some updates, but before we get there, it's not just the lag. It's also online players complaining about the AI of their opponents. So here we go. This one caught me. That's why I highlighted it. Since half of the match is just the enemy social distancing and staying 6 feet away from me, God forbid Melania gets blank COVID. You know, you got to love it for the internet. They definitely come up with some tongue-in-cheek barbs every now and then. That's really funny and topical at the same time. Let's look at Digital Eclipse's responses. So first off, they've got this quote: "In the following weeks, we will add online arcade, a system where you can create lobbies, choose the players, and rotate the games for the taste of your privilege of your groups and friends. We'll finalize the UI details on these features now. Additional fixes will be addressed in the coming days in another update." Now, you know, here at GenXGrownUp, we love Digital Eclipse and Atari, and of course, we're all big fans of the Mortal Kombat franchise, but I'm just wondering, all things being considered, does this feel like Digital Eclipse kind of rushed this release? And I'm also wondering, is there a reason why they had to? We all know that Mortal Kombat is a part of this whole Warner Brothers game thing that might be for sale, might not be for sale. It's all up in the air and whatnot. Did Warner Brothers Games maybe push Digital Eclipse, who acquired the license from them, to push this out a little bit too soon? Or were they just trying to hit a release date before Christmas? I'm not really sure. We haven't talked to any of our friends over at Atari or Digital Eclipse about that specifically yet, but I really wish that they'd have taken just another few weeks. If they've got patches around that they are working on and they're going to be able to release very soon, I think it would have been a much better look if they would have just taken an extra couple of weeks to finalize the system, get all those patches installed to make sure that we didn't have such a wah-wah kind of release. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. All right, here's a bit from NintendoLife.com. Little Samson's headed over to the Switch in 2026 thanks to Limited Run Games, which they made an announcement on their 10-year anniversary special. You can watch that video right here through YouTube on this website. Originally, this game was released in 1992 for the NES. Shinichi Yoshimoto was the designer and director on this game, so very cool little game. The reason why I wanted to highlight it is because this is one of the more rare and wildly priced games that you can collect for the NES. Here it is. It's infamously one of the most expensive NES games out there, with copies going for hundreds. Now, I found this article thanks to Blocky Dad over on our Discord server. He was kind enough to send the link over to me, but yeah, this ought to change some of those prices if this gets released so that more people have the access to play it on Switch. Now, this is coming out in 2026, but they do say that it's worth highlighting that Limited Run Games has come under fire in recent months due to delays on physical products. Now, this doesn't seem like a physical product. I think they're going to release it for digital download, but, you know, who knows? Maybe they're going to have some those little Switch cartridge things to plug into your Switch device as well. Maybe they'll come out with an NES cartridge later on. All of that to say, this could affect the value of these games. So if you own one already, you might want to sell it. If you don't, you might want to wait for a little while and just see if the prices come down on this game that's apparently very beloved on the NES platform. All right, here's a very scary bit from our good friends over at RetroDodo.com. Rapper SouljaBoy has a brand new handheld out, ladies and gentlemen, but I don't think it's really his. So if you can see here in this image, that is absolutely a Retroid Pocket Flip. And this is not the first time that this guy has tried this crap. 6 years ago, 2018, he started white labeling Chinese retro handhelds as his own with crazy price tags. You guys might remember that. Kept, oh, there's all these great games there. It was just the stuff that people were already doing. Anyway, then in 2021, he white labeled an original Retro Pocket with, quote, AI assistance in 2021. And the guy over at RetroDodo called him out, had a call with him, and SouljaBoy started yelling at him apparently on the call. Just such a class act. Here's the video. I think this is from Instagram where he hypes this new one. 2025, he's coming back with a clone of the Retroid Pocket Flip 2 and the Pocket Flip 4, or the Pocket 4, rather. Here is the image from SouljaBoy's website, $436. Now, I found another article that says he has since reduced his price on his device down to the same price as the Retroid Pocket Flip, which is around $200, but still, that's just stupid. The images are even direct copies from Retroid's website. Now, gentlemen over at RetroDodo reached out to the Retroid team, and here's their quote. I did not know about this. This is not any kind of official licensing deal. He does not have permission to rebrand our products and sell them as his own. The Retroid Pocket Flip 2 is patented in the US by ourselves. To me, that's a statement that's preparing for a lawsuit, and the guy absolutely deserves this. This is the third time this guy's tried to pull this crap, and he absolutely deserves to get sued. Here's the Soulja game. You can see it's just other things. It just pisses me off. I quit even highlighting specific instances because he's just doing this over and over and over again. And I agree right here down at the bottom with RetroDodo. Please don't buy one of these. Okay, here's a bit from what is quickly becoming one of my favorite websites out there, lightgunfanatics.com. They recently were at PRGE, just like GenXGrownUp was, but they found a cool thing that I missed. A new light gun game for the Atari 7800 is coming out next year called Ducks Away. Here are some images that he took while he was there. Look at those Atari light guns. Oh my God, that's so cool. 7800 setup. There's a cartridge in a 7800 playing a brand new light gun game, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome. So this is coming to us through AtariAge, and it's called Ducks Away. It's from solo developer Blake Smith for the 7800 console using those old school Atari XG-1 light guns. That's really freaking cool. I love the look of those things. They look like kind of out of Buck Rogers, if you ask me. They're very cool. Anyway, here's some more images that you can look at. Just beautiful, well-written article. Plenty of images and also quick reads in the text. That's what I love about this website so far. Here's a little bit more. AtariAge will be doing a full physical release for the game. However, it will not be playable on the 7800 Plus console because it does require a CRT in order to work, just like the original 7800 would have and those guns. But it'll also be playable through FPGA or emulation on the digital release. So you've got a lot to look forward to in this. If you're a fan of light gun games, Ducks Away really looks to be where it's at. All right, and here's a final bit from nerds.xyz. Soundblaster Reimagine. Yes, Creative Technology, the company behind those original Soundblaster cards that we all knew and loved back in the day. They're coming out with a brand new piece of equipment on Kickstarter. Right here's the link in the article. Of course, I'll have a link to this article down below. It's called the Imagine. It's a Linux-based device that acts as both a high-end DAC and an expandable control center. All of these components that you see here, they're all modular. You can pick them up, move them, rearrange them, add things to it, the whole 9 yards. It's very cool. I don't really have a particular interest in this. I don't really think I need it, but I'm just happy that Creative Technologies is coming out with a new device all the way here in 2025. This is going to be really cool. Right now, the Kickstarter, it's raised $150,000. Originally, it only needed $15,000 to be successful. So there's still, as of this writing, 49 days left, I think it is. But yeah, it's really cool. I'm just really impressed that this company is still hanging around building new audio equipment. All right, speaking of Kickstarter, I just wanted to highlight a couple of new projects that are out there that we're very familiar with, and we've talked with the people behind them. First up, Maiden of the Dark from Tiger. Where is Tiger? Goodness, Tiger Chainsaw. There he is. I almost said Tiger Healy because I was thinking of that old game. Anyway, this one is out right now. It's got 29 days left to go. It's got almost $3,000 pledged of a $10,000 goal. This is a brand new game for the Game Boy. Physical release. You can see the artwork right here. It looks gorgeous. I've talked with the gentleman multiple times. He is a class act. There's no question in my mind that this will be a very fun game to play. You get all these different characters, the Maiden, Yoriro, Shiruki, Uruku, Zenkoku, Texas. You guys know this is messing me up on pronunciation. Anyway, super fun looking game. I think you should definitely go back it, but it's not the only one. Also, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Vectrex Mini Kickstarter has finally launched. You can see it's already blown way past its goal. $649,000 of a $126,000 goal. It's got almost 3,000 backers. There's still 27 days left to go, and I just wanted to quickly show you some of the ability or some of the ways you can back them. So first, you can pick out some t-shirts if you like those. Let's scroll on down, though. There's a book, Electric Lines. That's very cool. Here's the book and t-shirt combo, of course. Here's the controller by itself. If you already have the console on order somehow and you just need an extra controller, you can do that. However, here is the main star of the show, the Vectrex Mini itself, which comes with one controller, comes with that AM OLED screen. I'm never going to try and pronounce that word. 5 inches. We saw this at Portland Retro Gaming Expo. It is absolutely gorgeous, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know that we've already covered this device on our channel a little bit, both in John's videos and on my Bit by Bit from PRGE. There's also going to be a white edition available if you'd like. There's an all-in pack, which gets you t-shirt, book, an extra controller, and the console. That's nice. A 2x pack if you'd like for around $300. Pretty cool. Or maybe you just want dueling Vectrex Minis. You want a white and a black one? There you go. He's got a package for that. A 5x and a 10x. Maybe if you're a business and you want to sell these at your local retro store, you could pick this up for just a little over $1,000 US. Of course, there's shipping, and he's got all the shipping costs noted in the descriptions of each one of these backers. There's a couple that have already gone, the Founders Edition and the Early Bird, but he has a lot of choices. This is a beautiful system. It is a lot of fun to play. I had a blast. People had to tear me away from it at PRGE. I had to jump out of my seat just so other people could get a chance to play it. Anyway, head over to Kickstarter. I'll have the link to both of these Kickstarters down below in this video's description, but please support these wonderful creators. And that will wrap it up for another Bit by Bit. Thank you guys so much for sticking around to the end. Love you guys. We'll talk to you again next time. Bye-bye. That's going to do it for the news making headlines in the gaming world right now. I am George, and if you want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and I'll keep on bringing you the news bit by bit.